Hey moms, welcome to the Gather Moms podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Rebecca. We've created this space just for you because we're both moms and we get you.
Yes, we believe there truly ain't no hood like the motherhood, and we need to be in this together. We also believe we can't mom well without Jesus, so you're going to hear us talk about him too.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Gather Moms and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.
All right, mamas, let's jump in.
Hello, moms. Listen, we are back again in our season 2 of Mama episode 19.
Sure,
I think it's 19. Yeah. Listen, is that kind of exciting? Like 19? We're almost at 20.
I can't believe that we have recorded 19 episodes and that it's still so fun. I'm really loving it. It doesn't feel like
we
work.
do have a good time.
It feels like we just get to sit down and chat, and I love that.
It's totally like my kids understand it now. Like when I say, hey, I'm going to record a podcast, they're like, oh, mom's recording her podcast.
Yeah.
It's like a thing we do now.
Yeah.
We record podcasts.
I know. My sweet little Caroline's like, did you record your podcast today when she comes home from school? And
oh,
I'm like,
that's so sweet.
You little sugar. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Maybe Caroline should be on our podcast sometime.
Oh, but I don't know what kind of dumpster
Caroline
fire.
And Abby, our third kids.
Oh, my gosh.
With all their craziness.
Third kids.
Yes. There's something about them.
Yeah, they're extra special.
Extra. Yes, extra special. They sure are. Hey, so we have been talking about biblical mamas. And so, listen, I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about today because it highlights one of my favorite characteristics of moms, which I'm not going to tell you what that is yet. But,
okay.
So our biblical character today is Sarah.
Sarah. Oh. That was bad singing. We're going to have to edit that out.
That's how, we don't edit. Well, yeah, we do edit. Listen, y'all, I'm so sorry that if you think we're perfect, but
I
sometimes
started bad on the
train
note.
wrecks.
It was bad, but you know that song, don't you?
I do. I'm not going to try and sing it
Please
now that you
do.
No, because I really who sings it? Who's the artist?
Not Kate.
Not Kate.
You know, I had this dad that was a friend of our family's when I was growing up, and he would say, "What'd you do with all that money?" And I'd be like, "What money?" He said, "The money your mama gave you for singing lessons." Such a dad joke.
So apparently he didn't enjoy your singing?
No, nobody does.
Hey, we do. The podcast does.
Well, we make
our
them...
moms have come to expect our singing on our podcast.
Yeah, but it's probably, if we ever send out some kind of a survey of like, what do you like about the podcast?
I don't know that they're going to put singing.
What do you want to cut? Singing.
Okay, that's all right. We'll keep our karaoke to ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, but listen, we're talking about Sarah, and I'm going to give a little brief history of her life, which she's got a lot. I mean, there's a lot in her life, and so we can't, it's like Rachel and Leah. We just can't be covering all this stuff, okay? There's multiple chapters on these people.
It's too much. You got to hit the highlights. She made it to a ripe old age, and so,
Yes. Okay, so Sarah was married to Abraham. She was actually named Sarai, and then her name was changed later. And you guys might know Abraham from the scripture, but I'm just going to give you give a little background. Okay, so in Genesis chapter 12, it says, Now the Lord said to Abram, Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed.
That's the Abrahamic covenant right there,
Big
girl.
old promise right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was 75 years old when he left Haran. I didn't look that up, so maybe it's Haran. Haran.
Yeah.
And God sent him to the land of Canaan.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were going to the land of Canaan, and then a famine happened, and they had to sojourn in Egypt. And there's a whole story there about Sarah in Egypt, okay, because she was like strikingly gorgeous, and Pharaoh took notice of her. May have taken her into his house.
Watermelon flamingos.
I mean, it don't say it.
Oh, yeah.
But through that, okay, Abraham gets rich, okay, because he's connected to Sarah, and so he gains all this money and wealth. And so
this is sidetrack. Isn't he the one that said it was his sister?
He told Sarai, hey, make sure these people think that you're my sister, because if they think I'm your husband, they're going to kill me.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why Pharaoh ended up taking her into his house.
Oh, well, we don't know what happened.
Well, listen, I think actually they found out that she was his wife, and they were like, get out, you can't be here anymore.
I think so. Because
And
he
then
was
they
like,
left.
you could have done me wrong if,
Yes.
because you lied to me, I could have hooked it up with her.
Which I'm kind of like, listen, all you Bible people, y'all doing all kind of weird stuff. I don't know why that's freaking you out. I mean, really.
No, people be lying and it's all okay.
Yes,
And, you know, like, how would it be okay if you're going to take this woman anyway, even if it was her sister? Like, stop with the patriarchy. Leave her alone.
That's right. That's right. So they go back to Canaan.
Yeah.
They're super rich. And then God gives another, like he goes back to Abraham with this whole blessing he gave him, and he gives him a little more of the story. So here we are in chapter 15, and it's verse 1. It says, after these things, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision. Fear not, Abram, I am your shield. Your reward shall be very great. But Abram said, O Lord God, what will you give me? For I continue to be childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus, which I think was like a nephew, cousin, something.
Okay.
You know, you remember when we told you we weren't biblical scholars? Okay.
Yeah.
And Abram said, behold, you have given me no offspring, and a member of my household will be my heir. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, said, this man shall not be your heir. Your very own son shall be your heir. And he brought him outside and said, look toward heaven and number the stars, if you are able to number them. So shall your offspring be. So again, God says, look, I'm going to give you a kid.
Yeah.
He was 75 when he left to go on this little journey. He didn't have any kids. He still doesn't have any kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, who? I don't understand what's going to happen. So Sarai ends up giving her maidservant to Abram to produce children. Again, we have this whole weird surrogate thing, whatever.
And that goes badly.
And she does, Hagar does have a son, Ishmael. Well, then, of course, Sarai's like mad about it because she's like, now I've given my maidservant to my husband, and he's had a son, and now he loves this son, and I am still childless.
Yeah.
So again, God promises Abraham to give him a son. So we're going to go a couple more chapters over to chapter 18. And it says, verse 1, and the Lord appeared to him by the oaks of Mamre as he sat at the door of his tent in the heat of the day. He lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, three men were standing in front of him. When he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and bowed himself to the earth and said, O Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree, while I bring you a morsel of bread, that you may refresh yourselves, and after that you may pass on, since you have come to your servant. So they said, do as you have said. And Abraham went, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
And Abraham went quickly into the tent and said to Sarah, quick, 3 seahs of fine flour, knead it, and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd and took a calf tender and good and gave it to a young man who prepared it quickly. Y'all, this is a live calf, okay?
Yeah.
And then he took curds and milk and the calf he had prepared and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree while they ate.
God, man, I hope you weren't hungry like when you came to the thing.
Listen.
Don't
right?
you feel like that's what it's like at a restaurant sometimes, though? You're like, y'all out there killing the calf.
What are you doing in the kitchen? Okay, but don't you think it's funny that he's like, dude, sit down. I'm going to bring you a morsel, a little tiny piece. And then into the tent, he's like, Sarah, I'm going to need you to do a whole meal right here. Okay,
Yeah.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked this up because I thought it was fascinating. How long does it actually take to knead and make bread? What do you think?
Well, I've only made quick bread. I've only made quick rise bread, and I have like the quick rise yeast, you know, and so I can do it in a few hours.
Okay.
Because that's just the method that I've used.
Yes. Okay, so in the Bible times, in order to just prepare the wheat or flour to make the bread, it takes like 2 to 3 hours every day. These women would get up and do all this work just to get the flour to then turn into the bread.
Okay, right, because I wasn't even thinking about, like, I buy flour.
No.
I'm not starting from wheat.
They're not going to Kroger.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They're having to, crush it,
Sure,
mill
whatever,
it, okay?
however you make flour,
Then you got to mix all the ingredients and put the yeast in it to rise.
Right.
They don't have quick rise yeast.
No, there's no quick rise
Bible
yeast.
days.
Yeah.
And then they bake the bread. And it's not like they've got an oven set to 375.
Right.
They got a fire. They got to build the fire.
Yeah.
Light the fire. Start the fire. I mean, all that.
I mean, this feels like, because yeast takes hours to rise. I mean, it takes a full rise, I think, takes a long time.
Yes. I'm thinking, okay, have you ever watched the Great British Baking Show?
Favorite. Listen, I love that show. I love
do
British
too.
people.
I
They're
love
so
British
jolly,
people.
pish posh. Everything's just happy.
Oh,
and-
it's fabulous. But listen, they have a bread day on
Yeah,
that show where
yeah.
they have to bake bread.
Yeah.
And it's over hours, like
Of course.
5 to 6 hours that
and
they're baking this
like
bread.
you're talking about, they're starting with actual flour.
Yes.
They have a heated oven,
Yes.
where they can they prove it and their rise, I guess is what they
I
call
did learn that
proving it.
word prove from the British baking show.
Yeah.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Ooh.
You learn fun stuff.
I think it means rise. Let it rise.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. This is not a small endeavor.
No.
I feel like Abraham's like, look, I'm going to need you to make a meal. Go. That's 8 hours later. Besides the fact that they're killing a cow.
Yeah.
That's not like Kroger, my meat is already ground up in the package.
Yeah.
You got to kill it, skin it, cut it.
It's a lot of productions happening in this situation.
All for these 3 guys, which I'm thinking, bless their heart, they're angels. So I don't know if they're actually hungry because I don't know if angels actually eat. But that's a long time.
They look like humans.
They look like humans.
Yeah.
But that's a long time to wait for your food.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I hope you didn't come into this situation hungry because you're about to be waiting on it.
Okay, so I'm setting this up for us because what's about to happen with Sarah, I feel like if I were her, I want to give her a high five for her response right now. Because listen, she's just baked bread for who knows how many hours.
Yeah.
And had this calf, which some kid has cooked.
And she's
out
old.
in the field. And she's old.
Like, I mean, know, very old.
Yes, very, very old.
Okay.
Maybe not old for them, but old. Okay, verse 9. Chapter 18. They said to him, where is Sarah, your wife? And he said, she is in the tent. You should have said, she's the one that baked that bread. Do you want to tell her thank you?
Yeah.
The Lord said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, shall have a son. And Sarah was listening at the tent door behind him. Now, Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in years. Y'all heard it in the Bible. We did not make that part up.
Yep.
Now, Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in years. That the way of women had ceased to be with Sarah. I think this means she's been through menopause.
Yes, girl. She's had them hot flashes. She's probably having one trying to make that bread.
I'm laughing right now because I don't remember reading that verse ever before. The way of women had ceased to be with Sarah. That's what we should call it.
Yeah,
the way of women. So Sarah laughed to herself, saying, after I am worn out, yes, you are, and my Lord is old, Abraham, shall I have pleasure? Mm-hmm. And the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, shall I indeed bear a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord?
No, it's not.
Get it, God. And at the appointed time, I will return to you about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you did laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of funny. It's like that little interchange that I'm like, why are you arguing with God or the angel or Abraham or whatever? It's just the Lord said to Abraham.
Yeah, because they're angelic beings. I don't know.
Maybe Sarah was denying it to Abraham.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and read that. But yeah. No, she laughs.
She laughs. Yes, she laughs.
But you got to understand why she laughs.
Yes.
I mean, let's say she's 90 and she's past her birthing years. She's gone through menopause. She's worn out.
She says that.
Right? And I mean, yeah, I would also have laughed. I'd be like, that's not going to happen. Y'all must have gotten high off your own supply over there.
I think we need to have some compassion on her. She
Yes.
has just spent a full day cooking. Okay?
Listen, yes.
And now somebody says, you're going to go have a little moment with your husband and have a kid.
Yeah.
She's like, I think you people are kidding.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
I'm going to go watch some Netflix. I don't know what's happening.
Yes. I understand
I
why
would
she
laugh
laughed.
too.
Yes.
I think it's lovely.
Yes.
Okay. So laughing is one of my favorite things.
I love to laugh.
And we need to talk about Kate's laugh right here because I feel like those on the podcast, if you've ever been in a building or a church room or a restaurant with my lovely friend Kate, you know that you can spot this girl's laugh from a mile away.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
No, it is the greatest thing because listen, laughter is joy. And when I hear people laugh, I want to laugh. Laughter is beautiful.
I love to laugh, and I have this very uncontrollable laugh that comes out. I feel like I try and keep it a little more tame on the podcast. But man, if we're at dinner or something and I get tickled about something, it will just come out.
Yes.
And
yes.
I don't even realize it until I see people at other tables look at me and I'm like, I did.
It is the best. And here's what's funny is that her husband, Jeremy, has the same laugh.
He does.
And so I work at the same place he does, and my office is not close to his, but I can hear that man coming down the hall because when he laughs, I'm like, I know exactly who that is. It's Jeremy. And I love that both of you have the laugh. Oh. It just shows what a fun life you guys have. You love to laugh and you do it well.
That's very sweet. We love to laugh. Fun laughing is a high priority in our lives, in our family. Our poor kids have been cycling through how they feel about these loud laughs of their parents.
They're getting to that part where they're like a little embarrassed of mom and dad.
We were at Chick-fil-A pre-pandemic, and Jeremy and I were laughing. We got tickled about something, and Lydia, was like, she was 9 at the time. She looked at us and she goes, guys, people are looking, and I was like, oh, sis.
Oh, I love it.
I'm so sorry that you're just realizing this, but this is your life,
Laughter is a
who we are.
gift. I love it. Do not change. Do not hold back. Do not. It's my favorite. And when people stare at us at restaurants, because they do, it kind of brings me joy. I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. That's my friend. We're laughing. Do you see that? We're laughing. Do you want to laugh? Come to our table.
Oh,
I love it.
Love to laugh.
Okay, so we want to help you laugh today, mamas.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Listen,
so we have prepared for you Yo Mama jokes.
Okay. This is making my eyes water. We promised this.
We did. And we are delivering.
I cannot wait. Now, here's what I want. I already have tears in my eyes, like preparing to laugh.
I haven't even done a joke yet.
Okay, but let me tell you something. Because we were talking about Yo Mama jokes, and most of the Yo Mama jokes I remember are like
not appropriate
and not nice.
Okay, so we found this website that had 70 Yo Mama jokes.
And so we're just saying we're taking this all with a grain of salt. We're not trying to hate on anybody that might.
No, but listen, I already edited. I went through
did?
the 70 jokes. I pulled out the ones that I felt like might hurt feelings.
Okay.
And I feel like I've narrowed it down to the best.
Okay, good. I can't wait. Because, all the ones that came to my mind were like, Yo Mama's so poor, I don't know if that's the direction we want to go.
I think ours are always Yo Mama's so fat, right?
Yo Mama's so fat. Yo Mama's so old. Okay, I'm ready. Saddle up. Here we go.
Here's the first one. Yo Mama's so old, she was a waitress at the Last Supper.
That's good, right? I thought that was good because it was about the Bible. That's a Bible joke. I like that. Your mama was a waitress at the Last Supper. That was good.
Yo Mama's so American, she deep fries her toothpaste.
Okay, what? That one needs to get cut.
Yo Mama's so ridiculous, she thought a quarterback was a refund.
Oh.
Yo Mama's so old, her birth certificate is in Roman numerals. Okay, here's another Bible one. Yo Mama's so nasty, she went swimming and made the Dead Sea. That's a Bible one. That's we can't be mad about that. Yo Mama's so hot, she makes jalapenos cry. This is my favorite. Okay, because you know that I'm an adult Disney lover. Yo Mama's so bad at directions, when she saw the Disneyland left sign, she went home.
Because it said Disneyland left, like it went away.
No, Disneyland left. Like turn left. Like Disneyland to the left. Have you ever been?
No.
They have all these signs that like tell you which park to go to, the right, the left.
Yeah.
Yo Mama's so bad at directions, when she saw the Disneyland left sign, she went home.
I think that means that she thinks that Disneyland left, like they went away.
Exactly. That's why she's so bad at directions.
Okay.
Kate totally missed that one.
Totally did not.
Yo Mama's so honest, she got locked in the grocery store and starved to death.
What? Oh, because she wouldn't eat the food.
Yo Mama's so short, she went to see Santa and he told her to get back to work. Aren't these good?
Oh my God.
Okay, last one. Yo Mama's so short, you can see her feet on her driver's license.
That was not good.
Okay, listen. If you're listening to this, we need for you to go to social media and post your favorite Yo Mama joke, okay? Because we want to hear what you got. You got a Yo Mama joke, you got to share it with us.
Oh my gosh, I have so many I want to tell that are just not appropriate.
None of them are appropriate?
Well, there's something about Your Mama's so poor. I saw her kicking a can down the road the other day, and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm moving." What? I don't know if that's exactly how it goes. So it came to my mind.
She only has a can. Bless her heart.
Yeah, just kicking that can down the road.
We should have asked our husband, because I guarantee they would have had some Yo Mama jokes for us.
Oh, so many. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know y'all's minds are racing right now. So listeners, we're going to need y'all to share your Yo Mama jokes with us.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. But listen, laughing, it's so good for the soul. And I
Yes.
know that Sarah should have been like, oh, thank you, Lord, for the blessing of a child.
Yeah.
But she laughed. She was like, are you kidding? I'm so old, so worn out. The way of the woman is all gone by.
Yeah.
Your mama's so old. The way of the woman
No.
said,
Nope.
see you later.
Shut it down.
Okay, so I looked up scriptures on laughing because I love it. So one that we know very well is Proverbs 31:25. It says she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come.
Ah, yes.
It's a good one, right?
I love that. Yes.
Yes.
That's how we want to be.
Yes. Because we don't know what's happening. Right now we in the pandemics.
Right.
And the election seasons.
Yes.
We don't know what's happening.
No.
All of it.
No, but we can laugh at the days ahead. We're not worried about it. We're just like, ha, 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 it's going to be great.
Oh, is that the way you laugh? It's not, people. Don't let her lie to you. She's holding it back right now, but it's in there.
Oh, my gosh.
It's going to come out. I read something that said the ideal woman understands the importance of living life with courage and virtue and wears these qualities in the way that she carries herself and interacts with others. Because it says she is clothed with strength and dignity.
Right.
I think when I think about clothes, it's something I put on in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we can expect ourselves to just wake up with this just demeanor or idea that, oh, life is great. It's all going to be fine. I think as moms, we have to put it on.
Yeah.
In the morning, I put on my strength and my dignity. And I say, I'm going to trust God for today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to laugh when something unexpected comes my way.
Oh, gosh, that's the best way to handle it, right?
Yes.
Because you have a choice in the moments when, like, things just go buck wild. And, man, laughter, gosh, that's the best. You know, my family, we laugh so much. It's kind of unfortunate, but we laugh when someone gets hurt. It's a little sadistic.
It is. Yes.
But, you know, so when somebody falls down or they trip or whatever, you know, somebody will trip in the house and they look over at the rest of us because they know that we're all about to start laughing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because, gosh, there's just such a lightness if you can handle bad situations that way.
I agree. And I think as moms, we kind of direct our house, you know, I do think our children look to us in those situations. And wouldn't it be great for them to see us with joy and laughter to go, you know what, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take this.
Yeah.
I also read it says her hopeful demeanor keeps her from fretting about the future, allowing her to laugh at the days to come. Because you really have a choice. I can fret or I can laugh.
Yeah.
I can worry or I can have hope.
Yeah.
I can be in fear or I can trust.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that it says in the story of Sarah is that when she's confronted with, did you laugh? She denies it. No, she doesn't want to admit that she laughed because she was afraid.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I'm about to have a baby.
Well, because it's ridiculous. You know, we laugh at the things that just seem just absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yes. I'm going to have a kid.
Yeah, that you could never have imagined is what's happening to you right now.
No,
you know?
can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So laughter, isn't it? Laughter is the best medicine?
Yeah, girl.
Isn't that the little phrase?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Ecclesiastes 3:4 says there is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. The one thing that I don't want people to think is that we just laugh at everything.
Of course.
That there's no seriousness.
Of course.
I think the Bible is very clear that there are times for us to weep and mourn.
Yes.
No, life is not going to go the way that you want it to.
Right.
No, everything's not going to work out. No, there are going to be situations when, like, people get sick.
Yeah.
Things don't pan out.
Right.
You lose the job. You don't get what you want. And so there's a time for us to weep and mourn.
Of course. Yes.
But then out of that, we can come back to the Lord and trust and hope and find contentment in Him.
Yeah.
And then we can rejoice.
Yeah.
There's a time for both of those things.
Yeah.
Okay, Proverbs 14:13 says, even in laughter the heart may ache and rejoicing may end in grief. I do think sometimes we're laughing about situations that we're deeply hurt by.
Yeah. You mean because that's just how you're trying to handle it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think as moms, we feel things really deeply. I think about when my kids don't make a team
Yeah.
or they don't get picked for something.
Yeah.
And like you're trying to put on that brave face, like it's okay. Next time we'll get them.
Yeah.
But deep in your heart, like I don't want to see my kid hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix the situation and make it better.
Yeah.
Even in those times when we're trying to make light of something,
Uh-huh.
I do think that there is some deep pain below that.
Yes. Yeah. And sometimes that's just the only way that you can handle it, you know, is to kind of laugh and move through it. And that's just one of the stages, you know, there may be a time, hopefully when you process it at a deeper level, but Yeah, sometimes that's just the best way to kind of keep going is to kind of crack a joke and move on.
I think about whenever somebody in your life that you love passes away and everybody gathers for the funeral.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you're walking on eggshells a little bit because you're not sure how people are going to react.
Yep.
But then somebody will share a funny story about their
Yes.
life and it kind of just lightens the load and everybody just starts kind of giggling about how fun that person was, how they remember them.
That is so funny that you bring that up because I was just sitting here thinking about that. And that's such a universal thing.
Yes.
You know, I bet so many people are listening are thinking about how much that resonates when you're in the middle of just such a bad, painful situation and everybody is grieving so much. And then there is that opportunity to laugh.
Yes.
And you realize how much you needed it. You know, what a release it is just to be able to laugh. It's so therapeutic,
It is.
you know, to be able to handle that and to have some joy in a moment where there is so much pain.
I think it's a gift. I really do. I think God gives us laughter as a gift.
Yeah.
That in those moments of deep heartache and pain, God can still bring a smile to our face.
Yeah.
And we can rejoice in the good things that we remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we didn't do at the beginning of this episode was to bring Sarah into the modern day.
Oh, we totally forgot that.
So listen, I'm not going to let it go because I
Okay.
got some good ones
Okay,
for this
good. I can't
girlfriend.
wait to
Okay,
hear.
we're going to bring Sarah into the modern day.
Okay.
And I have an all-time favorite actress.
Do you?
She's not in TV, she's in movies.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that I've always loved about this actress is the way she laughs.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it would be fun because in Scripture, we didn't read this part of Sarah's story, but we talked about it when she went to Egypt. She was so beautiful that Pharaoh was enamored with her beauty. And this is one of the, what I believe to be one of the most beautiful actresses. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sarah in the modern day is Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. She does have a distinctive laugh.
She has a very distinctive laugh. She has a
Yes.
gorgeous smile. She's
Yes.
beautiful.
She is beautiful. Yeah.
And she had babies older.
Yes.
She wasn't like crazy old.
Yeah.
But she did have babies when she was older.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of the same.
I love that. That's a great casting.
I'm sure there's some like crazy Reader's Digest mom that had a baby when she was 90 in the modern day, but
Surely that's happened. Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Okay, minivan or Suburban. She drives a Mini Coupe.
Oh.
Okay, because listen, she's an older mom.
Yeah.
And so she is past the minivan days. Like we ain't even going back there.
Yeah.
And she only has one kid.
One kid, yeah.
Sarah has one kid. Why
Yeah.
do I need a minivan?
Yeah.
So she's going to drive a Mini Coupe Countryman in Island Blue. 4-wheel drive hatchback.
Okay. That's so specific. Did you look this car up?
I did because I needed it to be super cool. Because I think as an older mom, you're like, I'm going to be the cool mom.
Uh-huh.
And we think she lives in the desert because that's where Sarah was. So she needs some like 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
And she just needs some funness. Island blue. I think it's a lovely color.
Okay.
Yes.
So Julia Roberts driving her little hatchback.
Her most worn article of clothing is her dark camel fedora. Do you know what this is? First of all, it says dark camel, which I feel like is very appropriate for the desert.
Uh-huh.
The fedora is the trendy hat.
It is the trendy hat.
that
You've
women
been
are wearing.
pulling it off very well.
Listen, somebody gifted me this lovely hat, and I can't help myself. I'm just going to wear it all the time now.
Yeah, it's super cute.
fabulous.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay on your head very well in the wind, I've noticed.
Bummer.
So you have to choose a day that's not windy.
You need a strap, a little chin strap. Would that take away from the coolness?
Kate, if I tried to put a chin strap on this hat, you would not even walk with me. You would like walk 10 feet behind me because you would think I look so crazy. Don't try and make fun of me here, okay? I'm not putting a chin strap on this hat.
All right.
Shoes or no shoes? I said no shoes. I think something about older mamas is that they're already kind of set in their ways,
Yeah.
right? Like their house has not been taken over by all the baby gadgets since
Right.
21.
Right.
And so I think they're kind of like, I'm not changing for this child.
Right.
You're just going to fit into what I got.
There you go.
I have a clean house. It's
Agree.
going to be clean. Take out or pick up. I said organic,
Listen,
home cooked.
of course it's home cooked.
Because Sarah was baking the bread.
Yes.
But I also think that sometimes older moms, because they want to do it right, maybe there's a fear that it's been a long time and I haven't done this. I want to do it right. They're like, okay, I'm making my own baby food.
Yeah.
I registered for the baby blender.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do some organics.
Yeah.
I feel like you were slightly like this as a mother for young children, like no sugar, no.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were like in it to win it,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And I was
Past
thinking
tense.
about, yes. Now she's like all the sugar prepackaged snacks, take it and go.
Not all of it. Not all of it, but it just happened.
Okay. Do you remember this commercial that Julia Roberts was on a while back? It was for an apple juice.
No.
And I think that the apple juice was something Eve.
Yeah. Whatever
Apple and Eve.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Uh-huh.
And she had her twins because Julia Roberts had twins.
Okay.
Phineas and Hazel
Okay.
are their names.
Yeah.
And I feel like they were in this apple juice commercial, which was like an organic, like really healthy apple juice.
Perfect. I love that.
I just feel like it fits. Beach or mountains? I said mountains because I feel like older moms don't want to wear bathing suits.
Yes.
So all the mountains. Mom baggage. I said insecurity. I think for Sarah, she's like, I'm old. I'm past the time of motherhood. Why in the world would I have a kid now? Can I even do it?
Yeah.
Right? The fear of like, do I have enough energy?
Yes.
Do I have enough? I'm past all this stuff. I don't have, my body is different. It's not the same. Like just an insecurity of whether or not they can actually really make this motherhood thing work.
That makes total sense. And I think that even makes sense with our friends who are having babies in their 40s, you know, where they're like, oh my gosh, can I do this again?
Which that's the thing. People are having babies in their 40s. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You want another kid? Greg says he does. I said, I'm sorry, that shop is closed.
Yep, for sure. Same here.
And then what she hopes to gain out of motherhood, I just said long-awaited joy. That she has had to wait for a long time to have this beautiful moment in her life. And God bless Sarah with it at an old age. But I know that her child was just an absolute joy to her.
Yes.
And they ended up having a son.
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is Isaac.
And we talked about him.
That's right.
On the previous episodes with Leah and Rachel. Here we go. We're connecting all the dots again.
Connecting all the dots. So this is kind of going in reverse order.
Yes.
But it's Isaac who has Jacob, who marries Rachel and Leah.
I know. And that's cool. I just love, I mean, obviously it's the Bible. It was well thought out.
Yeah, it's all connected.
By the creator of the universe. But for us here on earth that are not biblical scholars, we're just like, oh my gosh.
No, it's fun. I think it's fun seeing the dots connect.
It totally fits. It works.
Yeah.
So that is our sweet mom, Sarah, Julia Roberts.
I love picturing her driving around in her little hatchback
with her
one
red
kid,
hair,
red
waving,
kid, laughing.
She probably would need a shin strap for the fedora because it would blow off if she had the top down.
Maybe she just has it fitted right.
Oh, maybe she has a scarf. You know those like fancy moms that wear scarves over their hair?
Okay, no, you've gone off track.
Oh, I did.
But if she's older, maybe she does have a scarf. See? Maybe she's having to work
She loves the scarf.
Yeah.
Moms, thank you so much for joining us for episode 19 of our season of Mama. Yes. And we want every episode, the past few times, we've been asking you to leave reviews. And so we thought we would read a few reviews to you because you're probably like, what do people write or what should I write? And we just want you to know that we're so appreciative when you guys say sweet things about us. So we thought we would read a couple to you just to give you an idea.
Okay, so this one is from Melissa. She says, I've so enjoyed this podcast and starting the week with these ladies. Not only are they so wise, but they are a hoot to listen to as well. Yes. And Caroline said, love these ladies and their relatability. They spit the gospel truth while making you feel like you're sitting next to them on the couch. They keep it fun and enjoyable, all while steering you toward the one true King.
Oh, that's so nice.
I love that. Well, and I love that, you know, that's our one thing walking away from this today is laugh.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
if you, whatever it takes to look like in your life, if, you know, if you listen to this again and laugh at the mama jokes, or if you order a joke book for your family to read jokes, or whatever it is that you take a chance to laugh, we hope that you are laughing along with us here. And that's part of how you're getting to live out Sarah's legacy.
Exactly.
And so we would love for you to go and leave a review if you've been laughing with us. It blesses us so much and it helps other moms to see the Gather podcast.
Hey moms, make sure and join us next time for our next episode of the season of Mama. And you guys just have the best week. And hey, if you got a Yo Mama joke, send it our way.
We can't wait. Love you, moms.
Bye.